Rightio, we're parked outside the Boathouse, aren't we? No, it's not. What is it?
The Swan.
The Swan, that's it. Got the Boathouse on my mind now. So it's like a squash teddy bear in your coat pocket. So we set off from here. There's nothing coming, but I'll indicate anyway. Head off down Bank Road.
Along the railway line.
Yeah.
Which is adjacent to the River Dee.
Yeah.
And the railway line goes to Manchester and London one way, and then it goes Wales the other way.
It does.
Ahead. Stopping at Llandudno and Vale and Flint, stopping in
Other such places. Turn down here.
You can also go to Chester the other way.
You can. Might get a little bit of light pollution on this because I've got it on ISO 3200, so you're also going to get a lot of light coming off the cars and that, but there's not much you can do really. It used to be an old house there on that corner.
Yep.
Where it got pulled down, and there was a little barn on the right here.
And the social club.
The Albion, which is gone.
The Albion's been pulled down and turned into old people's flats.
Yeah.
The old school on your left. Now also been pulled down.
Yeah, that's gone.
Into houses.
That was St Mark's School, wasn't it? Or Golfton Infants when I was there. This White House here on the left used to be a doctor's surgery for many years. And this was the doctor's surgery's garden. It was massive.
And the house where the bus stop is on your right used to be an old people's home.
Yeah, it did.
It got closed. It closed and then somebody bought it in the whole house. And then on your right, the big building coming up used to be a bank.
It did.
And on your left, it was the drill hole.
Yeah.
The army drill hole, which is now flats. Also on your left, used to be a big fish and chip shop.
Yeah, the sea spray. The sea spray's gone now.
On your right used to be a church, and then it was a snooker hall, and now it's flats and Brown's Furniture Warehouse. And also on your right used to be a hospital, and then a long time ago it got knocked down.
Was it Glanamorphin?
Glanamorphin, and now it's old people's place.
That was a bank there. The auctions were here on the left, weren't they?
There was electrical auctions, so you had like electrical white goods.
The little building coming up on the right might be a bit dark to see, but that used to be the music bargain stores there.
And also the Red Cross where you used to go and train.
Yeah.
Because I've been there, the Red Cross.
Yeah, many years ago. This is like the Gypsies Church now, isn't it? I think they've built it or something. All the travellers, I don't know what the correct term is these days, but
Broad Street car park and park. There used to be a row of houses, terrace houses along the view.
Yeah, it used to be.
They knocked them down about 50 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Used to be a trophy shop, and then for hairdressers.
Stop here for a sec.
And now it's empty. Catholic Church on your left, and then on your right is the Cuzzy, or proper name, Custom House.
Might be able to see it now, if I turn out.
And then on your left,
Hippodrome.
It was a theatre, it's been a cinema, it's been a bingo hall.
Can't really see it, unfortunately.
The house with the green door has been a sweet shop, and it's also been a food and veg shop.
Try and catch it on the way back, maybe, the Hippodrome, if you can. It's a bit difficult because you can't move the camera while I'm driving.
Is William Hill. It used to be called the Boathouse pub.
Mm-hmm.
The back part is still a pub, it's now a sports bar, and the front bit is a bit of an office.
Well, we can go down there and have a quick nose.
Along here, all the shops have changed. You had the video shop, you had Clark's shoe shop, you had the pet shop, and you had Victoria Wines, where you had contact cars.
Yeah, that's gone as well.
There was a frozen food shop, a massive one,
I would move in closer, but there's
And
pedestrians.
then on the end here, William Hill was.
Yeah, this was the Boathouse. As you can see, the Boathouse is now a betting shop.
The back of it
But-
is still the Boathouse.
But the Boathouse does still exist in a form.
It's a sports bar.
I can turn out longer here, because if you can see it there, that is still the Boathouse. What remains of it, you know.
It's got a late license and they have like club disco music in there, but it is full of young kids. Back
This is
in the
the
olden
Labour Club.
days, they used to have bands on and stuff.
This is the Key Health Centre, which is like where pretty much every doctor in Conisky is now. I don't know if there's any other surgeries anywhere. They all seem to be in there.
This used to be Conisky Market.
Did?
And every Thursday there was market stalls, loads. There was a big house in the middle
Yeah.
where somebody lived, and the market stalls were all round.
And that's Conisky Neighbourhood Club, straight ahead.
And then you go up the path,
20 past 10 now, so it's probably short.
up the path from the market. There's a little park and some grass, and then there's the houses where I used to live.
And right ahead there is Conisky Town Council. And that's all that's left of it now, because they knocked the little council offices down by Weapon.
Hairdressers, and that's the chemist next to the what do you call it, doctors.
There's a lot of huffing and puffing about the doctor's surgery, because they've got like a little cafe
Yeah, because on your
built on it.
on your left here, the blue door, that used to be the original doctor's. Dr. Gavin, and dentist
Yes,
here
it did.
on your left here is private dentist. I'm not sure there's NHS in there, but it used to be NHS, all of it.
This little lit up chippy here now, this is called Daya Kebab House, but most people will remember it as Hot Stuff.
Yep.
Lloyd Williams is still there, but it's electrical or gas showroom or something now, isn't it?
Church, chapel, right?
Most of these used to be houses, didn't they? Capital's.
I think that might be NHS, the black and white dentist there, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Capital's. What's his name? Photography place was
on your
there.
left, there used to be a junk shop, like a bric-a-brac shop, antique shop. And that there on your right used to be Summerfield. Before Summerfield, it was a big field with a white house in the middle. Was it a building yard? And the fella who lived in the house.
Why I keep moving over, it's just because I want to take it easy, and there's a lot of cars that want to nip along, obviously, because they want to get home. So
Along on your left.
getting out their way.
Along on your left, you just passed
Chip shop.
Alice Express. That used to be Shot on Fish Bar, fish and chips.
That used to be Mr. Bevan's there.
Mr. Bevan's, Block 1 has always been a Chinese, where the minute it's closed until whoever buys it.
Now the milk bar is there on the right, but you can't really see it, and they've boarded it all up
B&M
nowadays.
used to be Woolworths, and Iceland used to be Tesco, but before it was Woolworths and Tesco, it used to be a massive theatre where and cinema where all the famous people used to play.
Yeah, the Alhambra.
The Alhambra, that was it, and they used to stay in the Clwyd and the Central Hotel also on down here, which is now Wetherspoons. Used to stay there. That was built in the 1940s. And it's right next to Shotton train station. And then on your right up there used to be Edward Morgan Infant School.
It did.
Which is now something to do with the variety club. And the best chippy on your left, Jim's Chippy.
Just gone past it.
That's the best chippy in Deeside. Corner kitchen there on your left used to be the post office.
Go let anyone who wants to zip past.
And that used to be Walker's Carpenters and our hairdressers on your right.
Yeah, I don't know how well you'll pick these up.
Lowlight Drive, just on your left, up there used to be a high school, which is now, was it 70s when it went?
It was a Deeside Secondary Modern.
I think so.
John Hurst used to be here on the right, back in the 70s and 80s.
And it used to be a chip shop as well before that.
What John Hurst did?
This one here.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. On your left, private and commercial patio driveways. Next to the lights used to be a fish and chip shop, and then there's the vets next door. Not sure what the vets used to be. The Theeso Garage has moved in the last 20 years.
Yeah, because it used to be on the left, didn't it? Now it's on the right.
And all these shops here on Charlie's and all that used to be B&Q.
I'll pick you up over there. Energy, fitness.
I'm not sure what this bit used to be.
No, I think it was all the George Henry Wrights.
It was a builder's yard back in the 80s and before.
I think it was George Henry Wrights, I think.
On your right was Deeside High School and also disabled school. It's now gone. And this is for the homeless people.
Yeah, it's a homeless shelter now at Glenarvan.
On your left is Deeside Leisure Centre, and it's also a field hospital for COVID-19.
Yeah.
They've used the skate park. There's also an ice skating ring in there, but they're taking away the skate park, and it's a field hospital in case the second wave comes and they need extra beds.
Linda Brothers started out over there on the left-hand side.
We've got KFC.
Yeah, Baz's Cafe just over on the right.
KFC used to be Irwin's Cash and Carry.
Or Queensway Cafe, was it? Once upon a time, I think it was called.
No, Baz's Cafe.
Baz's though.
Baz's Cafe.
Into Queen's Ferry now. Now, I'm not very good on Queen's Ferry history. I do remember there was a cinema down here.
A train station, where it says Low Bridge, that's a railway bridge.
Yeah.
There used to be a train station up there, which no longer exists.
Yeah.
Next to the train station used to be a cinema, which went in the 90s. After the cinema shut,
probably
they
earlier than
reopened
that.
it. I think they did bingo, and it was a thing for the kids, like a little club for the kids.
Yeah.
Used to go after school.
Had the auction houses here on the left.
Yeah, and there used to be a Ford garage.
Yeah.
And the petrol station.
The sorting offices down on the right there.
Used to be Arden Castle Hotel pub. That closed in the 90s.
Yeah, Garden Castle's been shut for a long time, and the one across the water's shut.
The garage people own it. I'm not sure if they use it as offices. There was sort of
famous Queen's Ferry Bridge.
Yeah, this is the Blue Bridge, which used to open with 2 water tanks, one each side. The tanks have been taken away now, so I don't think it opens anymore.
No, I don't think so either.
Also on your right hand side there's the pub, the Deeside Hotel, which has closed, and there is talk of it being knocked down and turned into flats, like every other pub in Deeside.
Yeah.
You've got a school on your left, which has been here a long time, 1900 or something. And on your right there used to be a social club, I think it was a conservative club. And on your left there used to be a sports and social club. Both of them have now been knocked down. The sports and social club has recently gone, but the conservative club were 90s. And also there was a hotel on the end which has gone. It caught fire a couple of years ago. There was talk of them rebuilding another one, but I'm not sure on that one.
No, they never bothered, did they?
And on your left is a pub, the Leprechaun, which quite a lot of the gypsies go there and they use it for private parties. You can go in there, it is for everybody.
Yeah.
But because the Gypsy Caravan Park is just over the road, it's quite popular with the gypsies.
Yeah,
But I have been there. It's okay.
To be honest, I suppose they give it the most custom, so fair play.
It's okay, it's a nice pub and that. But
Wasn't it Dr. Gavin that told them to call it the Leprechaun? I've heard that tale somewhere.
Right is the Amatola restaurant bar. I think it opened in 1998. Not sure what it was before that, but
I'll spin
this
round
is
here.
RAF. This is RAF Sealand.
Yeah,
This is the Harrogate side, which has all been pulled down, and there's talk of an Aldi, houses, hotel, and lots of other things going there, but we'll have to wait and see.
There's nothing left of RAF Sealand really, so there's no point going down there.
On the other side is also RAF Sealand. That is also still there, intact, but overgrown and not used anymore. There is a little factory on the side, which is part of the Ministry of Defence, and they do engineering.
Yeah, that's still going.
But the RAF, that's all still on the other side.
All the Ministry of Defence staff have gone, haven't they? Or the RAF
I'm
staff
not sure
anyway.
what they're going to do with the other side.
I think, wasn't it? I thought Sealand was for the Yanks. I thought it was the Yanks camp. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not sure. My granddad, he was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's RAF Sealand, and it was a big. I think they finished in the 90s, was it?
I think so. Yeah.
Or was it 2000s?
Yeah. No, I think it was.
I think it was the 90s when it finished. I think it was like World War II kind of.
Back into Garden City again. See, from the other side of the road, it might pick up a few details that perhaps it didn't on the way in. I hope it's picking up all right. I mean, it's just a bit of a trial, this more than anything. But it seems to be okay, I think. Got a little spa shop, Griffiths Pharmacy. It's got a defib on the wall outside the Griffiths Pharmacy, just in case you ever get the need for one. Hopefully never. Generally these days, if it's a defib on a wall, you just stick it on the person, stick the electrodes where it tells you to, and leave it to it. You don't have to do anything, it does it all automatically. Yeah, more cars.
Got my first car from there.
Yeah, is that where you got your Metro?
It was, yeah.
Coming back towards the Blue Bridge now, you got the Steelworks entrance here on the right, but to be honest, it's all closed off now, isn't it?
They are doing it up, and they are asking for volunteers to help do the surrounding gardens.
Yeah, Northern Gateway or something.
Facebook, and you'll find
Look for the Northern Gateway development, that'll give you some info. Here's the Bridge again. Sorry about light pollution, the brighter lights will be coming through a little bit bright, but well, I can't actually touch the camera, so.
Some relation to you.
Lindot Brothers, yeah.
That is true, by the way. Army Reserve Camp.
Yeah, Army Reserve Camp.
You've got the sorting office, post office down the road here.
Right, I'll just move in
And
here.
you get any parcels and you get me delivered. You go down here to Bolton.
Yeah.
There was that a shower garage?
Just let that car clear off.
Back to the railway bridge again. There used to be public toilets as well on the other side of the bridge, which have now been closed up because people were misusing the toilets, like the druggies and whatever else. And where the sign is on your right at the top used to be the platform for the train station. But it's no longer in use.
Very, very long gone.
70s, was it?
Yeah, well, I was born in 76 and I don't recall it being open in my entire lifetime.
There are pictures on Facebook and on the history sites of Connors King and Deeside.
Tattoo studios, hairdressers and takeaways, mainly in Queensferry nowadays. Not a great deal else.
That's the War Memorial, where they have Slimming World, Weight Watchers, dog training. They do like dance classes in there, exercise classes.
Passing that in a minute. We're currently just
War
pointing at
Memorial
Asda.
That's a very old building.
It's the First World War Memorial, that one.
Yep.
In memory of the the soldiers that were lost in the First World War.
Services. It's now absolute comfort furniture.
You should be able to see it about now. There it is. That's it. The War Memorial Place.
As there used to be a school. My dad used to go to that school when he was younger. Then they knocked down the school to build Asda. And as it's been redeveloped over the years, made bigger. Got the fire station, which survived 70s because it was based in Conisky by the Theeso Garage, and then they made it bigger down towards Queensbury. So you can walk across the road.
I'm sure people who watch this will be able to correct some of our knowledge because we don't really know everything, do we?
Yeah, if I am wrong about anything, I'm very sorry.
You can put it in the comments.
A 70s, late 70s child.
There you go, is SO. Currently £1.16 for unleaded and £1.21 for diesel.
Cheaper at Asda.
Yeah, it is cheaper at Asda. I think it's £1.
The SO petrol's better, but if you're not bad with Asda.
I think Asda's currently about £1.10 for petrol. About £1.14 for diesel, I think. And that is on the 7th of September 2020.
We've got the baby shop. That's been here a very long time.
The year that God forgot, I think.
Beehive, Babyland, they sell prams, pushchairs, beddings, cots, all sorts for babies. And that's been there for 40, 50 years or more.
Yeah. Here's Georgie Walker's carpets. Later Graham Walker's carpets. He used to have a pump here apparently and used to charge you to pump up your bike tyres. Because I think he fixed bikes as well as a bit of a sideline. Georgie Walker back in the day, and he used to charge something like 8p or something to pump up your tyres, if I recall correctly.
Corner cafe there.
Yeah, Corner Cafe's been there a while.
Office, the sorting office back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's been a corner kitchen for a very long time now, hasn't it? Ooh.
Mike's Taxis used to be here as well years ago.
And that used to be Wall's Sweet Shop on your right. We used to get sweets from there. And the joke shop.
Yeah, that was there for many years, the joke shop.
It's now a chemist. Next to the doctors, but it used to be the joke shop where you can get like joke things and also sweets.
I'll drive up here, show you the Edward Morgan.
This is the infants, or was the infants. The infants is now joined on to the high school. Not high school, sorry, junior school. So the junior school and the infant school are together now, but this used to be the infants.
This was it. This was Edward Morgan.
It's a Catholic school. We used to go here. There used to be a field and a yard.
To pause it here because this is going to turn off. Just bear with me a sec.
Because
again, there we go. Right, there we go. We're just starting that back off from Edward Morgan. I had to stop it because I only get 29 minutes.
It's something to do with the variety club now, I think. But I haven't actually seen it.
But we'll get a nice view of the central when I turn round
car
here.
Park there at the front. That's used to be the field bit.
If you look here ahead now, you see the Central Hotel. There you go, doesn't it look nice?
Spoons. Right, it was Bass Central Hotel, wasn't it, for a while? And it was a real charter in between, but not very long in between. It's sold in Central, and used to have rooms upstairs. Because back in the 40s, 50s, 60s as well, all the stars used to stay. That used to play in the Alhambra Theatre.
Yeah, it did many years ago.
Rumbelows.
Direct cars.
Now direct cars, but that used to be Rumbelows when I was a kid. Used to go buy electrical stuff.
Shop and kebab shop there. I mean, to be fair to it, that's been there quite a few years.
Houses and that used to be the King's Cafe. Out there you've got all the shops here. You've got Nationwide and Vision Express and all the shops here. That used to be a school, and it was St Ethelwood School.
Yeah.
Which behind St Ethelwood's School is Shotton Infant, which is still there. But St Ethelwood School, they knocked it down and they built them shops. And St Ethelwood School has moved up to higher Shotton now.
Yes, it has. It's gone now.
Price's Butchers has been there for donkey years. Ali's, it's
there a few years ago.
And the gas cylinder.
That's the cenotaph. I don't think you can see it very well, unfortunately. This is where the Summerfield shop was. It's been shut for a great number of years now, but it used to be Gateways, and then it went to Summerfield when they either renamed or whatever they did.
Before that, though, it was there was like a white cottage.
Yeah, it was.
And with the surrounding
It's Alf
field.
Parry's. I think it was Alf Parry's yard.
Yeah, that was it. Alf Parry's yard, I think.
And he had a big
massive white house. There used to be the council offices here, which they pulled down.
Yeah, they've gone too.
We've got swimming baths.
That used to be a shop ahead.
We didn't always have a swimming baths. I think it used to be a butcher's, apparently, where it says Blush.
Yeah.
On one of the history sites, but yeah, we've got swimming baths now. Because back in black and white days before I was born, we used to go swimming in the river day, and the kids and stuff, and people drowned and whatever. So they applied to have a swimming bath put in, which is
the Civic Hall is no longer here. It's gone completely. No Civic Hall any longer.
Civic Hall's over there.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. The county.
Oh yeah, the council offices. They're now next to the doctors. So it's swimming baths, which is now owned by Canberra Aquatic Sports Centre.
Yeah.
Across the way here is an orthopaedic dentist.
Yeah.
Used to be a house.
Yeah, it did.
But
Should we have a look up here?
now they've turned into orthopaedic dentist, so they need dental work. I've never actually been in there.
There's Wepper Police Station.
Yeah, that was arrived 70s. I'm not sure.
Probably
actually.
50s.
The original police station is in Salisbury Street in Shotton.
Yeah.
Where my mum used to live. I'm not sure if it's still used by the police or not, but I think it's used for something.
Wepper's changed a little bit. I mean, there's
Richmond Road. There's some
this
shops
bit
up there.
here. We're just going past it. It's a public footpath, but it's pretty much blocked off now.
It used to be a farm, didn't it?
Used to be a farm, yeah, but then
eggs and stuff.
Townies bought it and they shut the farm bit off, obviously, turned it into a house, and because they didn't want people walking past anymore, they've
I'm sure there was a shop
blocked
here
it off
somewhere.
a bit.
I'm not sure which one was a shop, but I read there was a shop.
The tennis courts are no more, they're now a housing estate.
New houses as well. There used to be a farm along here as well, and apparently there was cows, some milk along here.
Well, they used to let them
Wepper
wander
farm.
across the park, didn't they, at one time?
I don't remember, but I think it's before my time.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 1978, so...
You don't remember them?
The park has changed over the years. I mean, absolutely changed. It's always very busy now, every day of the week.
Might be able to nip in there and have a quick look, because I think the gates are open.
Very, very busy. Because it's been publicised on social media and the news, so you get people from across the country coming to visit our park now.
Well, let's go and have a very quick look in there, if we can. I'll just reverse here.
Going down to the shops.
No, I'm going to reverse.
There's a lot of shops down there. It used to be called Clayton's when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think it's...
Clayton's.
I'm not sure what the shop is called now. There used to be a hairdresser's and a butcher's, and used to chop the meat in the butcher court next door to the butcher's.
I'm not sure how far you can get up here, because really the gate should be shut this time of night, but they looked open.
There is a car in there, so wherever that's the people closing the gates. You can walk in, there's loads of entries to walk in. You can walk in from Northup, you can walk in from Ewlow, you can walk in from the top of Wepper, the bottom of Wepper. This is the only entrance to the car park though.
Yeah.
There's loads of entries where you can walk in and you can park your car outside the entrances.
No, it's locked off up there, so I'll spin round. But you get the gist.
There's a visitor centre, a cafe.
Yeah.
There's a walk down to the castle with a little brook. There's a skate park for the kids. There's swings and slides for the kids. There's a fishing pond with ducks and birds. And they have various events, like Halloween events, walking events.
I mean, if you're an old person who remembers the park as it was, personally, I would say don't come anywhere near the place because you'll hate it.
The park used to have concrete floor. Used to have the swinging seesaw.
It used to be beautiful.
And the swings, and you could walk to the woods of the castle.
I think they seem to be trying to turn it into an amusement arcade.
No, it's people far and wide. It's the old people's home there. Used to be a house years ago, I think. In the old people's home.
Yeah, it's heaving all the time, Weapon out. It's heaving, absolutely heaving. It's like going to Alton Towers. But you can virtually not get a finger in between the gap in all the people that are walking around there. It's nothing like it used to be.
No social distancing either.
No social distancing for the COVID either.
There's a fellow on your left here who does music tuition.
Yes, bass, Michael something, is it? But he does
plays guitar.
music and bass.
Does other instruments
Guitar and
as well,
bass.
but I know mostly guitar, so we want music lessons.
Left even, go up here.
Up here, just by these lights here, used to be a railway bridge, and it used to be the railway line from Buckley down to Connors Quay, where it's got the T sign there.
It's the old Mould Road.
This is Mould Road. The railway bridge used to go across the road, and you used to have to go underneath. But that was before I was born.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you when it was removed. I think the road was then straightened out, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
I think on your left is Cloudon Road, where I used to live. But before these houses were built, I'm not sure, there were red brick houses, because I'm sure my dad's friend lived in one. But if I am wrong, please say. These houses used to be powered by oil, and just at the back of these houses used to be called Oil Hill, where the oil came from.
Yeah. It's
now got brand new houses on it. I used to walk across Oil Hill with the dog.
Go and have a look at Top Quicks.
You used to be able to walk to Top of Weapon. The Buckley line, part of it is still there, so you can walk down it. And it's a lovely walk, and it's maintained by the same people that do Buckley Park. Not sure, but it's maintained. It's a nice walk.
It's open reach. They're putting cable in at the moment for fibre to the premises. They've done it all over Deeside, so they can start.
This is all new here. This crossing and that.
The super high speed internet. It's already in Shotton. A friend of mine's got it in Shotton. He's getting insane internet speeds now.
I think years ago it was farmlands, and then there was a quick save built, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And a shopping centre.
I don't know if Huey Pierce owned all this. I'm not sure. He had a few fields, didn't he?
But this used to be when I was a kid, and before I was born. It was quick save, and there used to be a shoe shop. There was a clothes shop.
Let's go and have a look.
There was a butcher's. There was a baker's, a cafe, a wine stores. You had Iceland. What else was there? Newsagents. There was also a pub called the Derwing Deg. The pub is still there, but it's now called the Bordeaux, and it's downsized.
Bypass this speed bump.
Half of the original pub is a hairdresser's and beauty parlour, and the other half is the Bordeaux pub, which is a bit more posher looking than the Derwing Deg.
We've got a large Morrisons here now.
So Quick Save went and they built Morrisons instead. Even though I do like Quick Save. And they also had an electrical shop as well down at Quick Save. I remember it went on fire once. There's about 6 fire engines came to help put it out.
But the Derwing Deg, what's left of it? Because there isn't much.
No.
Is there?
Bordeaux on one side, and the other side is beauty parlour.
Yeah.
where they've got the 2 windows at the top.
So not even the whole thing is the doing dag.
They have live.
Just that little black bit.
They have live entertainment in the Board Oak on certain nights. I've only been a couple of times. At the minute, they've got television outside because of the COVID and that. So they have quite a lot of the sports on the telly outside underneath the canopy.
There's a sign ahead there saying, please use the BT Sport Gate on the side road.
Yeah, and you have to use your phone to order your drinks. You scan a barcode which is located on the wall, and then you order your drinks that come to your table.
So they at least seem to be trying.
Service.
I don't know why though, because
it does get quite busy.
There's virtually no other pubs around doing that.
It was busy when I went. They were all sat outside and they were watching. There was football on, and they were watching football. Also behind Morrisons, there's new houses now too. I remember when they were being built when it was quick save. And Sam's Chippy is still here.
Yeah, Sam's Chippy has been there.
On the end. It used to be next
since
to
the 90s, I think.
It's on the end now. Sam's Chippy.
It's there. Key Fish and Chips.
Also owns Key Fine Dining, which apparently is a really good restaurant. And at Christmas, it's book a year in advance because it gets fully booked up. And I'm not sure whether it's take your own alcohol, because I don't know whether they've got a licence. I could be wrong. I've never actually been.
Well, in non-COVID times, it's got about 6 tables, so I'm assuming that Christmas this year will be interesting in there.
Yeah, because I have been told by the people working in there that the people they book up for Christmas. But the menu looks really, really nice. And it's they do Indian food, but they also do like salmon and
it's Pussycat. Hello, Puss.
Yeah, there's a field here on your left. They were going to make it into a petrol station, but they can't build on it. I'm not sure whether it was clay pits or some kind of pit or something, or whether it was used as a rubbish dump. Because there are lots of open wasteland in Deeside area that was used to dump rubbish, where the council used to dump the rubbish, and now they can't build on them. But in Shotton, I don't know how they got around it, but they built houses on an old rubbish dump.
Yeah, they did well there.
My mum and dad were looking at one stage and changed their mind when they found out what was in them. These are all like new houses, like 90s onwards.
Yes.
Because I remember them being built. We used to go down here to school to Richard Gwyn on the bus. But once you get to this point, these houses were already here. These ones in front of us now. The ones behind us are new ones, like 90s.
Yeah, the likes of Viking Way, etc. have been here for a long time, haven't they?
Apart from the ones on your left, they're 90s new.
Well, even I can remember coming down here picking blackcurrants in all of the blackberries,
Just
even in all the fields.
Right, like old.
The huge amount of fields that were down here.
Old.
All gone now.
I'm not sure when they were like 70s houses, 60s.
No idea.
Because it was quite a lot of farms. There's a pub down here on your right. Sir Grey and the Green Knights. It used to be a farmhouse and a farm.
Yeah.
And then they turned it into a pub. I'm not sure it was 80s, 90s. It was turned into a pub.
It's just the old Golfing farm.
It's been a pub for a while now. It was a lovely, friendly pub. It's not open at the minute. I'm just hoping it reopens again. And on your left is Conisky High School, which has been here for a very long time. They've made it bigger because Deeside High School has now gone.
Yeah.
So now people from Deeside High are going in. So it's got Sixth Form College. And also on your left is the Deeside College, or you may know it as Kelson College or College Cambria. It's had different names over the years. And
in front of us you can see the Flintshire Bridge. That's a recent addition that opened, was it 98, 99, something like that?
Yep.
It was a while ago anyway.
Because they They
Not that
changed
long.
the road to Flint, didn't they? There used to be like the road has moved. There used to be houses at the middle of the road, but the houses now are on the right as you go into Flint, aren't they? And the power station up here on your right.
That's long gone.
This is one entrance to the power station, and there is another one further down. A new entrance.
Yeah.
This one's still used. There's a newer entrance further down, which used to be the entrance to the old house. Cliff Hall it used to be called.
I'm not quite sure if it's open. It might be.
I have looked for pictures. I found one picture of Cliff Hall on the internet, which is on Facebook. On one
It's
of
the college.
Deeside sites. Have a look.
The college is undergoing some kind of renewal by look of things there.
I'm not sure if it's. I think it's back open.
Yeah, I think it's opened like very recently, like in the last few days.
They're staggering people in there. They're not like doing everybody in at the same time. Well, this has been here for a very long time.
1950 something, 53 is it?
Oh, it's been longer than that.
Sure.
Well, I'm not sure.
Sure, it's 50 something.
Do correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. But on the first buildings as you go past, it's a day nursery, and it used to be hairdressing as well. I think it's still hairdressing, I'm not sure, but it's definitely still day nursery. Those buildings used to be halls of residence where you could stay.
Yeah.
So if you were at the college, you could stay there, in bed and whatever else in your room.
I'm quite surprised that this bit's open, to be honest. I thought it'd be short.
It's not halls of residence anymore. The nursery's downstairs. I think upstairs they do hairdressing and stuff.
Yeah.
This building that's up here is a sports centre. How is it?
Engineering, I think.
Because down here there is a sports centre and a gym, and it's called Lifestyle Fitness, and it's open to anybody, and it's something like £20 a month.
That's what we just drove past a picnic bench that said one person per bench. Sign of the times, isn't it, with COVID? Yeah, I think that's engineering, because I'm sure they did car mechanics in there.
Just round the back here is it's a sports and fitness centre, but it's open to anybody, because I used to be a member a couple of years ago, and they do fitness classes as well. But it's a really nice place, and it's quite a big gym. Was there a plane here on your right?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see, because Deeside College used to be quite good at having old aeroplanes and what have you.
They do engineering and stuff, so I think they use the aeroplanes, don't they?
So they've still got a couple here.
To do the
nice to see.
And stuff on.
I suppose a little bit more modern than the Royal Naval Gallant.
It's not just cars and stuff, but
such like that they used to have from many, many years ago.
Go around in a circle like around the college.
I don't know if you can. You might be able to.
Yeah, you can. Because the gym, where are we? Trying to work out where we are. Oh, not this bit. Yeah, you can go round. Because there used to be a ski slope here, a dry ski slope, but it's been taken away. But now they've got a running track, and they do quite a lot of like athletic sports and that.
Yeah.
And also, this is where the Nomads Football Club is, and they've done quite a few things.
It's a bit more popular than skiing, isn't it? Really.
This is it. Here.
Shame, because it'd be good.
On your left, or straight ahead, is Lifestyle Fitness Gym.
Down there, as we go in.
And anyone can join. I think it's £20 a month. They might have gone up since. There's also fitness classes too. Good changing rooms, showers and stuff, and lockers and that. Yeah. Personal training sessions and and there's also a Costa coffee as well. So if you fancy
in the gym,
a drink. No, it's in the main entrance of the college. But they do tennis, five-a-side football, squash, or you can just use the gym, and there's 2 levels of equipment, and if you need help, they'll always help you.
That's not the way,
that's
is it?
Part of the, I think it's part of the sixth form college, and also the running track now. And in the middle of the running track is the Nomads Football Club, which used to be next to the halfway house on a slope, the old original football, but now it's here. This is the canteen on your left. I And they've also got a little like hall, and they have events there. You can hire it out, can't you, for parties and birthdays.
Apologies, I can't show you most of these places we're talking about because I can't turn the camera while I'm driving. But
this on your left, on your right, sorry, is where you go and you do your training if you're doing your sports.
And it's the entrance for the Nomads football ground by the look of
things. On your left used to be where people used to stay.
I'll try and show you what Amory's talking about because you can't see it.
Halls of residence used to
it's there.
This used to be the halls of residence.
That.
There's a 1, 2, 3, 4 stories high on one side, and then 2 for the rest.
It says beauty therapy
but
there.
There's now beauty therapy courses. You could also get your hair cut and stuff.
And the toy box nursery.
Chips. And there's also a toy box day nursery.
Is that little thing still there? The car?
And this building here are the offices for the college, and there's also the accounts offices and stuff where the wages are done and stuff.
Again, you can't see them because they're off camera, sorry. Actually, should I? There's no one behind me, so let's have a quick sniff.
Got the new power station on your right. There used to be 3 cooling towers. I think it was 1992. They knocked them down or blew them up because I went down the docks with my dad to go and watch them being pulled down. He has got a picture somewhere. So this is all new on your right. Lovely lane on your left, Kelston Lane.
Nice walk, that.
Hall there. Kelston Hall, very old building, and the buildings in front used to belong to the college. I think it was catering, like a restaurant and catering courses and stuff there.
Yeah, they may still do, I don't know.
Not sure, but Kelston Hall is behind it.
Yeah.
Very old building, and you can see as you walk down the lane.
Now,
this is all new here, isn't it?
Yeah, the road's changed an awful lot in recent years.
1998, wasn't it, when the bridge was built?
Yeah.
So this is all new. There was it was straight basically, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was straight all the way to Flint.
Not straight road. There was no roundabouts, no nothing.
No, it was not.
There was no bridge because the only way to the industrial estate was from the Queensferry side.
That's it.
But then they built the bridge to nowhere, which takes you across the industrial estate, which I go to Chester to work.
See, when you used to go to Flint, you used to pass these down here, Rockcliffe.
This is the way you used to go to Flint.
This now is just like a little tiny B road that isn't used very often.
Takes you to another entrance to the power station. But this is where Rockcliffe Hall used to be. And I can't remember what someone said the road used to be. I can't remember, but if you know what the road's called.
Well, this here is the Kaikour Cottages. I'll try and point my camera up because there's nothing coming. And you used to pass Kaikour Cottages when you used to be on your way to Flint. Mm-hmm. So if you're driving off to Flint, you'd pass those.
And I think
because this is pretty much the old road into Flint.
Rockcliffe Hall, I'm not sure about where it was.
No. This is like the coming back road.
The road here that goes to the power station used to have a name, and someone did say on Facebook, and I can't remember. But I think that's the way you'd go down to Rockcliffe Hall.
Yeah.
Which was along the River Dee on the side, isn't it? But these houses on your left used to be in the middle of the road.
Yeah. They did.
And now they built the road on the other side. Because this used to be there. This is where Rockcliffe Hall was, I think.
Yeah, Rockcliffe Hall was up here. I think it was on the right, I think.
Yeah. I'm not sure if there's still bricks or walls from it. I'm not sure. But down there now is the old power station. But there was a name for the road, so if you know what it is, let me know. Because I can't remember. Somebody said on Facebook. I found one picture, because I did ask people if they can find anything. And I googled and found one picture. But there's any more pictures.
I won't go down there in case we get shot, but that's the way to the power station now.
You won't get shot, you just get questioned.
and this is pretty much the old road back from Flint. If you were coming back from Flint 20 years ago, this was the road.
We used to come down here when we go to school. Coming back from school, remember?
Yeah. Go past Kaikoura Cottages. Go past Woodfield House. It's absolutely sacrilegious that that place got demolished. Just in here, this place here, this was Woodfield House. Now if you scratch back that ivy, if you're ever going past, you'll see it written on there. Woodfield House.
Was it like
it was an old house from about 1600 and something, and they ripped it down.
Shame we not doing these old houses.
I mean, it's nice. The ground is being used now by beekeepers, which is good. But
Rockcliffe Hall was massive.
they ripped it down because they were building the new road. But then they didn't need to rip it down because the new road, as you can see, goes nowhere near it.
Rockcliffe Hall was knocked down for a new power station.
This is the grounds of Woodfield here. But they didn't need to pull the house down. They could have left it where it was, which was a pity.
This is all new, all these bridges.
Because we haven't got much left in the way of heritage around here. You can't. Alfred McAlpine houses are not really heritage, are they? So it is a pity.
Farm. This might have been some farm land here. Because there was talk of them knocking the farm down. Well, they never did.
No, there's plenty of sheep still knocking around in that field.
To make way for a road,
But I think we'll head back now because it'll probably shut off shortly. I think you only get about 29 minutes per section and it's up to 28.50 now. But we've covered a fair bit, haven't we? So hopefully it'll be of interest to someone. Hopefully it's come out okay because we're recording at night, and it's trial and error because we've not used this really like this before, so see how it comes out. Might be okay. We've got a little lapel mic, haven't we? Don't know if that's going to work. Hopefully it'll pick us both up. We don't even know yet till we get back. Going back past the college. Heading off down here. And the SO ahead is getting done up at the moment, so that's going to be a little Sainsbury's soon as well. So another addition to Conisky.
Yep.
And I think that's it from us. Take care for now. Right, so.
Used to be Billy's Pizza Kebab. Before that, wasn't it, a butcher's?
It was Ernie the Butcher's. This used to be the Cross Keys. Yep. The Galton Post Office.
On your left used to be the old fire station.
Yep.
But then it got moved to Queensway, a bit bigger. And it's been done up recently again. Theeso Garage.
There's the halfway house.
The halfway house. It's not the original. It has been done up over the years, and it's now been bought by new owners. They do food. We've got a kids' play area, and the reviews seem to be good.
Where do you want to go now? Up here?
This is the oldest house. Not that one, is it?
I think it may be, yeah.
The oldest house in Conisky. We haven't been up past the Hare Mountain, have we? Have we?
Yeah, on the way to Queen's Ferry, yeah.
Are we talking?
I don't know.
Can't remember. Oh yeah, we did definitely did about this, but
My dad used to know a fella down here in the 80s, and he had a big Lincoln Continental car. His name was Bruce.
And this, quite like this was farmland, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is now around the corner, Golfton Infants and Junior School.
I'm not quite sure exactly where it is because people keep on saying that it's the Gawain, which it isn't. But around the back of the Hare and Hounds, in one of these streets, there used to be an abattoir, and that was either built on or in or around place.
I know there used to be an abattoir.
Place called Golfton Cottage. It was called Golfton Cottage. And if you look on old maps,
abattoir by Clayton's.
It's not by Clayton's. If you have a look on old maps, you will see just behind the Hare and Hounds pub fields and a place called Golfton Cottage. And that Golfton Cottage was a very old building, but no one seems to know anything about it, and whenever you ask about it, people get mixed up and give you false information. Like they'll say, oh, I know Golfton Cottage, that's the one that's down by the Sir Gawain, or it's across the road from Conisky High School or something. It's not that one. It's right behind the Hare and Hounds. If you have a look on the old maps, go on oldmaps.co.uk and have a nose, and you'll see Golfton Cottage. And it's nowhere near Golfton Lane.
Conisky Graveyard, up on your right.
Yeah.
This is one entrance in, there's also another entrance.
Yes.
On the other side as well.
There's Conisky Graveyard.
Open in the daytime.
Yeah.
Closed at night.
They do actually close this one, but to be honest with you, I can't honestly blame them because sadly there's a
people have been going and destroying.
Well, yeah, there's a chance that
and stuff
around here.
But I suppose you could easily climb the wall if you were strong and brave enough, wouldn't you?
You get bad people knocking round here.
That's one way in, isn't it? I think that's the vehicle entrance.
Possibly, yeah, I don't know.
I think there's a vehicle entrance.
I think there is one on Brim Road, to be honest.
Yeah.
Head off down here, this is King's Road, and King's Road used to go straight on and come out the side of the Swan. Quite a narrow little road it was, but that's long gone. That's blocked off now by the flats.
All these flats used to be a row of houses.
There's New Union Street here, used to be Union Street and Waterloo Street and the such like.
Houses have gone, they've got flats instead, haven't they? Used to be a row of shops and houses. So the flats are being done up again.
We can have a sniff up here now if you want, because we didn't go up here.
Well, this is up to the Bed Hall, isn't it?
Yeah.
It used to be Bed Hall Farm.
I was going to call it a night, but Anne-Marie doesn't want to go home yet, so
we're going up to Bed Hall Farm. It's now called the Bed Hall Pub. But it was a farm. This is all council houses. But quite a lot of them are private now, they've been bought. And there's the rest of the graveyard on the right hand side.
Yeah, you can't really see it, it's not lit up, but in that black is the graveyard.
Houses.
It's full now, apparently, you can't go in there anymore.
Yeah, but they built a new one on the side of Kelsiton.
Yeah.
College.
Yeah, Englefield Avenue, Red Hall, etc. You'll have to excuse the bumps because the road hasn't been repaired for years, so it's either pothole or speed bump.
They're not recent,
Take your pick.
They're not old, are they, the speed bumps?
No. They're probably 20 years old.
Yeah.
But the road is either pothole or speed bump. It hasn't been repaired for donkey's years, and
these are more council houses.
The speed bumps have just been chucked on top of potholes, really, haven't they? It's
quite a lot of private now.
It's an atrocious road, this one.
There's all used to be fields, and the council decided to build council estate.
Yes, they did. This used to be the garage. Used to have petrol pumps.
Yeah. Yep.
Used to have a little news agency here. Simon worked here for many, many years.
Yeah, used to go to Simon's magazines.
Used to be sat in there looking a bit bored. And then he eventually gave up.
It got attacked, didn't it? They were smashing the windows every 5 minutes and lots of other things were happening. So he still works in a shop, not that one. It's a Red Old pub.
Yeah, I believe he works in Denby now.
He used to do food in the Red Old pub. Because I remember he used to go with my dad for Sunday dinner. He don't do food anymore though, it's just pub now. But the food was quite nice. A long time ago though. 90s or something, 80s, 90s, we did food. Apparently one of the houses down there on your left has got a swimming pool.
And on the right, just at the top of St Mark's Avenue, there was the polio hospital. And my mum used to get told off because she used to go playing in the polio hospital, and there was loads of broken glass where naughty boys had broke the windows, and my nan used to be petrified that my mum was going to get polio or something by playing in there.
One of these, I think.
She always told her to keep away. Then they pulled it down and built houses on top of it. So.
But this is where the railway, Buckley line used to
Buckley line used to cut across here.
Yeah.
There's still a bit of ground. Still a bit of ground there where they built the houses while the Buckley line was probably still here, so there's a bit of a gap still. And they've never actually built. I don't know why they've never built on that one. I'm not sure because it's not a tip, is it?
Oh, we're going past it on your left. There's a massive field, and is known as the tip.
Yeah.
Because underneath they buried loads of chemical waste. Back in the olden days, there was no laws against what they could.
Pussycat and a fox.
Bury.
See the pussycat and the fox?
Pussycat and fox. Yeah, people walk the dogs and go for walks around the field.
Go on,
but you can't build on it because of what's underneath.
I don't know if you can see,
and
but
it gets tested every now and again.
Just across in the field, there is a fox. He's twitching his ears at us now. Can you see him? See him twitching his ears?
Yeah.
There.
Anyway, I've seen him in the road.
Yeah. There, he's twitching his ears now.
That's the tip field.
I'll tell you when we're level with him. If you look there, you'll see him.
Oh yeah, now I can see. Oh, stop. Oh no. I'm gonna get a picture. There he is. Where is he? Where's he gone?
I think he's too far away now, love.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's proof that there are foxes in Conisky. I've seen them several times, to be honest. I'm just pleased that the pussycat managed to escape in case Fox took him away for his dinner, but I don't think it would, though, to be honest. They have built a few houses on the very top of the tip.
There used to be a bungalow there, and they knocked it down for whatever reason and built them houses. This has changed a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, not a great deal though.
A lot more houses than what there used to be down here.
Black Pussycat.
School on your right.
School's gone.
It used to be, it's the old Custom House, Deeside Road School, which used to be a bit further along down here. They knocked it down and they've rebuilt it. And there's also a shop on your left.
News agents.
Been in the shop for a while. Okay, that's the new school. It's got a different name now. Is it Bordeaux? Is it Bordeaux?
Custom House Lane is now part of the houses.
It was Custom House Lane, the Deeside Road School.
The dairy just at the bottom of Old Road here is gone as well.
This
that was smashed up for years.
This road used to go all the way down to the bottom of the church, but because, I can't remember, was it a lorry ended up smashing into the building at the bottom of the road, so they made it into a one-way system. This is D Road. Takes you down the sides. There's Salvation Army got the Cuzzy, or the Custom House, it's the proper name, but everyone calls it the Cuzzy. And then on your right used to be a bank. Was it? I can't remember. It was NatWest or Lloyd's. I think it was Lloyd's, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
I do remember the bank being there, but I don't know what it was.
That used to be a fireplace shop straight ahead. Yeah. Changed for a tattoo parlour. Used to wait there. Used to get the Coastliner bus to Chester. Used to go to Chester on the Coastliner. There used to be a video shop on your left. So you remember the video shop? Not a cafe now. Used to go there with the video card and you'd pick a couple of videos and watch them. Lloyd Williams. The furniture shop's now gone, and Glow Quest, isn't it? And also on your left here, just past the church and the hairdressers, there was a jewellery shop, a clothes shop, a wool shop. Remember all them? Motor World, that used to be a Wins. Cash and Carry, I think is also what I remember it as a motorbike shop. Granish the opposite. An antique shop. Butchers used to be along here. Oh, gone now, haven't they? Used to be a Lloyd's Bank on the left. I think it was a job
on the right
centre
even.
next door there, wasn't it? And the careers office, because I'm going there when I finish school. The Sugar Bowl Cafe.
It's 11:30 on a Monday.
That was a butcher's, that's now. It's a grooming bar for dogs.
I bet the shot and kebab's still open.
Probably. See, we do it as the burger stop. It's always been known as the burger stop. But it is shot and kebab. That used to be the post office. What's it called? Carpets, and behind the post office in Sutton used to be a chip shop. But here we are, Jim's Chippy on your left, the best chippy in Deeside. And them two houses went there, weren't they? There was something else, there was a building there. Shopping, which is a council estate. Some of the houses have now been bought. There's an Ethelwood Church on your left. If you up here, there's a doctor's on your right, which is supposed to be the best doctors in Deeside, but there is a massive waiting list to get on. So there's a chemist and the hairdresser's also here on your right. There used to be a house on the corner, we just passed by the lights, a big white house. They knocked that down. Unless it was where the chemist is. There's the Premier Shotton Lane shops.
That was Shotton Lane Club, it got burnt down.
Yeah, they got attacked, didn't it?
Yeah, there was a rumour going round that they were going to turn it into a mosque, was it? And obviously
on your left,
the locals.
Depends which on your left.
The local what's it? No, the local.
Because down there on your left, there used to be a shop.
The mob got
it's
the
now
news.
A house. And this on your right, there's the playing field where they play football in the kids' park. But there used to be Strickland Street. There used to be a club. Was it called the 31 Club?
Yeah.
Because it was number 31. It's like a social club.
You can have a look around there on the way back.
And
I'll go up the lane.
The King opened it apparently.
Yeah.
And they used to use the playing fields as part of the club, like sports and that. But it was well before my time, and my dad doesn't remember much of it. He was born in the 40s. It was born in the 30s.
Yeah.
It was built in the 30s. So if you know any more about that, that'd be good, because I've tried to find pictures. I've seen pictures of the King in the fields.
I just nipped down the lane because I haven't been down here for quite some time.
On your right, a house. It was like a big cottage, a white cottage.
Yeah, they turned it into a housing estate.
The person didn't he die or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
And it was left derelict, and it was just falling down and falling down. So they've got houses. Up here.
There's a lot more houses up here now than I remember.
On your right, sorry, it's called It's Killings Lane or Wet Lane.
And that's where we're going.
This way, you can also go down to Whopper Park this way.
Yeah.
The bridge above is a railway bridge. It takes you to Wrexham one way and to Bidston and Liverpool the other way.
It's basically the main shot online, isn't it?
Yes.
There we go, Pussycat.
There's some big houses down here.
Here's Killings Farm. The monkey puzzle tree unfortunately is gone, but I'm glad to say someone has actually done it up because it was getting left to fall to pieces. And it has been done up.
Bought one of the barns and has done it up.
It is. I mean, I can't turn the thing round to show you, but it is lovely how they've done it. To be fair to them,
nice
I am pleased that it's.
Walk this way.
I am pleased that it's not been destroyed.
And on your right in a minute is the back of the what was the Taliesin School, and next to Taliesin School there was a special needs disabled school.
Yeah, Ysgol Bryn.
The disabled school has now gone, and Taliesin has been redone, and it's called something else now. It's still a school.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure of the name of it.
I think it's like a modern thing, save as much money as possible and get absolutely everyone into one place. So I think all of the disabled kids are now all pumped into one big school elsewhere. Yeah, it's all in the name of saving money.
There's nice walks down here and nice houses.
Yeah, no, I don't know which one, but one of these used to be Liam Gavin's. I think he may still live down here.
And apparently one of the houses further down used to be like a school or something. Like a schoolhouse where kids used to go.
Yeah, a posh place.
I don't know, I read and found information on one of the history sites on Facebook. Near the end, this takes you down to the brook, this does.
Yeah.
And at the end there's also a pub. We call it Hendy's. Everyone knows it as Hendy's, but the proper name is the Castle Inn.
Yeah.
So if anyone talks about Hendy's, it's the Castle Inn.
Castle Inn.
But we call it Hendy's.
Seems to be more houses down here to me now, but I might be wrong, perhaps.
No, I think these ones have been here for a while. Yeah. But I'm not sure one of these on the left. But that's new, I think. But I don't know. Is it this one here?
No, this one's ancient. That one's been there years.
But I'm sure it was like a school. Like a school
I don't know, maybe.
School or something.
We're coming to the end now, really. You've got this little lane sort of thing that goes up and up and up.
Yeah, it takes you up to Wepper Drive, and it takes you can go across the brook.
You're coming to the brook here?
Yeah, this is a footbridge. That takes you to where the farm used to be. There was like a public footpath, and there was like a farm shop. You used to get milk and stuff.
Yeah.
And the street opposite is where I used to live.
Now, years ago, you used to be able to drive through this. All right, it was a bit precarious.
The bridge is new because the original bridge I think is gone. But that's the way I used to walk to school when I lived in Richmond Road. I used to walk across the bridge. And used to go up Glyn's Lane to the school. I used to go to Evan Morgan, see. And it was a nice walk.
Try not to touch that Yaris and try not to bump into a gate or into any posts. Quite good at doing that in this. Though I haven't done it for a few years, but still time. But this was Killings Lane. I thought I'd come down there. I've been down here for such a long time. Thought it'd be nice to
nice walk, isn't it?
Have a nose.
There's some up here on your as you go back up on your right, there is a footpath which you can follow. It takes you to the bottom part of Whopper Park, which is the Shotton woodland part. There's a little...
what I'll do, I'll just stop here, and the video's up to 21 minutes, so it'll cut off otherwise. So what I'll do, I'll stop it and then restart it. Just bear with me 1 moment.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't matter, there we go. Because what I'll do, I'll stick this into Premiere and link it all together, so
think there used to
Be
be
one big video.
like a little streamy thing down the side of it here.
I love that. See that little yellow light? That's a sodium lamp. I love them.
Down here.
Absolutely everywhere used to have those around here. And then they come out with these far more efficient, admittedly, but absolutely bloody horrible LED lights. So now, because we used to have one of those lovely little glowing lights outside the bedroom, we've now got a football stadium lamp basically outside the bedroom, which is horrible.
Now is that returning the weapon?
It never used to be like that, but it may be now.
I can't remember. Somewhere
Because there's obviously new housing here since I last come. I mean, it's been here for like 20 years by the look of it, but it's new to me.
Maybe we've had something. Yeah,
turning for Wepper.
Some of them aren't.
The turning for Wepper, I remember, I think was there,
Is that it? No.
or perhaps around the corner here.
I can't remember. I know it's down here somewhere. There's another entrance into the park.
I think it was that one up the side of that house then. It's got quite a long fence that you follow and you come out at the bottom of the dell, really.
Yeah, into the woodlands at the bottom. The shopping woodland park.
But if you're ever in Shotton and you want to get through to Connersky, pop up here because it's nice for a bit of a walk. There's Cohen's Farm again. I'm really pleased that it's been saved. It's a shame normal people couldn't afford to live there, you know, there's like 2 Audi TTs parked outside, brand new ones, but I suppose that's just how it goes, isn't it? You have to be rich to live in places like that.
Are they rich?
Yeah, I'm not going to go up Jackie Snails because I'll just have a quick nip round Shotton and then we best get back home because it's getting quite late. 11:45 now. Just have a quick sniff round Aston. And we don't even know how this is going to come out. I mean, hopefully it comes out okay and hopefully the sound's okay as well.
People say, and then you're right. Big cat, that, isn't it?
Big putty cat.
Big black one. There's a nice little lane too to walk. It's nice in the winter when it snows. I've got pictures up here.
Yeah. This leads through to Deeside Community Hospital. That's well, I wouldn't say it's recent. It's been there since about 1986, hasn't it? But
next to it now is an Ethelwood School.
Yeah.
Which used to be in Shotton. But this is like classed as higher Shotton or Aston. There are some shops up here as well. There used to be a newsagents and there used to be a thrifty shop. I think they've long gone now, but I know there's an Indian.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what else there is up here.
One of Michael's friends used to run that newsagent's place. His Scope and his mum.
One of my relatives used to own the thrifty shop.
I didn't even know that his mum had passed away. Very sad to hear.
I think it was called Aston Thrifts. One of my relatives used to own Aston Thrifts. Community centre, I think.
Go down this one. No, I'll tell you what, let's go round here. I mean, I never go here, but
Have a look at what the shops are. This is Aston. And there are some shops.
the only time I ever go here is when I'm going to meet my friend to go on courses. He lives around here, but going past a few
shops there are now.
There's a place called Spices.
Yeah, Spices is Indian hairdressers.
Aston Park food store, off licence.
Not sure if that's still going.
I think that looks rather closed down to me.
Yeah, but there used to be Aston Thrifts. Used to sell all sorts in there. My relative used to own that.
I'm assuming that's very long gone because it's not even a sign for it.
No, she doesn't live here anymore, I don't think. But I think there used to be a newsagents as well, one of these. And there was one of these along here that was Aston Thrift.
There's a hairdresser's, Jonathan
Used to
Bridges.
walk up here.
There's another hairdresser's next door.
I remember there was a fruit and veg shop.
Possibly
but
another
I can't
hairdresser's.
remember. The fruit and veg shop was up Aston or down Central Drive.
We'll put it this way, I think if you need to get your hair cut, I think you're on a winner up here.
Because Nan used to give money and we used to get like grapes and cherries.
The plough, is it down there?
The plough, it's behind them bushes there.
Can you get to it from this way?
Yes, you can. The plough has been going for a very long time. My granddad used to drink in there. They had the football on in there and I think they had entertainment and stuff.
I don't know when the plough was built, but it must have been, guessing 60s. Guess.
Was it before then? I don't know.
Was it before then? Do you know what? Do you know what? I don't actually know. It could have been here since 1821.
I mean, you know, my granddad lived around here.
It may have been done up.
During the 50s.
Well, there's the plough.
It's been done up over the years.
Still there.
Because the A55 wasn't it? Was it probably when that was originally there?
Sorry, I thought that gentleman then who looked about 30 was riding on a rally chopper, but I don't think it could have been. It must just be me being silly. One of the good things about driving at this time is there's virtually nothing on the road, so it's nice and peaceful. And it's not a weekend, so there's not many taxis hoofing around with people.
There's not many taxis at the moment anyway, because of COVID.
Going from Chester and what have you. And no, there's not many.
It's hard now, you can't just walk into a pub and sit down. You have to book a table even to get just a drink. You've got to book a table. You're not allowed to stand, you can't stand by the bar.
No, it's unusual, isn't it, at the moment?
These speed bumps here are new, but not new, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, about 20
When
years.
I was a kid, they weren't here.
Do you reckon 20 years? 15, 20, something like that?
Yeah, somewhere like that, wasn't it? Because they never used to be here. This is Higher Shotton, which is a council estate.
Which way? That way then,
Go
yeah.
around in a circle.
How'd you do that? No, I'll just go down here.
Some of these houses are now privately owned, they've been bought, and some of them are still council. There's some shops on your left and a park on your right.
Yeah.
The park has been moved to the bottom end of the field, but there used to be two parks hours ago, one at the bottom, one at the top.
Yeah.
And the shops here, there was a newsagent's, a chip shop, there was a laundrette, which used to go, and my nan used to go and see a friend in there. I'm not sure if the fruit and veg shop was here. I remember going to the fruit and veg shop, and then we used to go in the laundrettes to
Well, that's the Golden Fry, the Co-op, and
then we used to go past them.
don't know what the end one is.
Yeah, Co-op. I think it's dry cleaners.
And there's another pub, the Melrose.
It's not brand new, but it's not original to the council estate. I can't remember, was it the 90s, 80s, was that when it been built, would you say?
Melrose? Oh, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But these houses were built 50s, I think.
Yeah, possibly even earlier. I know my Auntie Queenie used to live down
They're
here.
council houses, so it was the 50s it started, wasn't it? Then my dad lived in Shotton and moved up here, and when they were building them. But I'm not sure.
I don't honestly know.
I think it's
to
the
be honest.
50s, but don't quote me on that.
I'm sure people
Because
watching
that's
would know
when they
better than us.
started, when the council started doing the council houses, wasn't it, in the 50s?
There.
But yeah, this, you can tell which ones are private now and which ones aren't. I think some of the council ones, they put green metal fencing
Oh, I see.
outside. Some of them have still got the old hedges. So some of them with the hedges are at council, but the ones in front, you've got the green fencing, the council will put them in for them. Now along here, there's 2 caravans, and the second caravan, there's a white house next door. That used to be a shop.
Oh, yeah.
And it used to sell, there it is,
Yeah.
the White House. Used to be a shop that sold like a convenience little shop. But then they converted 2 houses down here, which is on your left. They converted them 2 houses down there into a shop. This is stripping the street, and this is where apparently the social club, I think it was 31 Club used to be.
That very lamppost, which is here now on your left, just to see it in the left of the screen, I bumped into that on my rally grifter about 35 years ago. And I ended up having a bruise on my lip or something.
Now this house,
And it's exactly the same lamppost.
There's the lamppost on your left, the orange one, with the house. I think that's where the 31 Club was.
Yeah.
Here. But I can't find any pictures. If anyone's got any pictures, show them on Facebook, on the Deeside, on Connor's Deeside, because I've been looking. Because I think later on they built Shotton Lane Social Club. I think that was in the 50s and they built that.
Yeah.
But the 31 Club was built, or the 30 Club, I can't remember, 33 Club was it? It might have been the 33 Club, because it was number 33 and it was built in the 30s.
When I was a little boy, this housing estate in front of us here was a beautiful bungalow with gorgeous gardens, and there were peacocks that used to run round in there, and you used to listen to them when I was a kid, because I lived round the corner from here, and you could hear the peacocks going meow all day long. And then whoever lived there passed away, and they ripped down the bungalow and built a housing estate in the back garden, as is usual with Shotton. But it's called Peacock Court now. Sort of a little nod to them, I think.
And up here is the Edward Morgan School. This is the junior school, and it's been a junior school for years. I used to go to the junior school, but now attached to the junior school is the infant school, which used to be behind Boots. And when I was a kid, I used to go to the infants behind Boots. And then when you finish infants, you come up here to the juniors. But this has been a junior school for quite some time. But the infant school in Shotton has been used for the variety club, and they built another building on top up here so that everyone's in the same school. That's what they seem to do these days, don't they?
Yeah, save a bit of money.
So that the infants and juniors are together. This is how we used to go. Used to get the bus, even though I lived in Connors Quay and Shotton's not that far away. It was a school bus. I used to get the school bus. This is a Catholic school. Catholic school.
As I can't be bothered doing another 3-point turn, I'll just stop a little bit further away from it. But that's basically the school up ahead.
Changed over the years. There's new parts of it now. There's also the nurseries there as well.
Yeah.
Right, when you turn 2.5, is it 3? You go to nursery school on the side. Preschool, as today's, there's a call it preschool now. But it was nursery in my day.
There's probably lots of bits of info that other people can chip in with and add to and what have you, and perhaps subtract our errors. There's a pussycat there. What's he up to? He's sniffing something. What have you got to, Puss?
Tasty to eat.
What have you got there, Puss? I think he's got a mouse. He has.
Oh, yeah.
And there's
two cats fighting over a mouse.
two cats chasing it.
There it is.
So scare them off.
Is it a mouse?
Hey, Puss.
What is it?
Meow. It's like it's bouncing. I'm not quite sure. It might be a little vole or something. Has he got away?
Don't know. What's there? Look. They're tiny.
Yeah.
It's not a frog, is it?
I don't know.
Wait. There's the window. Help me.
I can't sit here.
Move a little bit. Oh no, it's not. It's a furry.
Yeah.
It's furry. Small and furry.
Is it a mouse?
I don't know, because it was jumping about.
Go and chase it into that garden so the cats don't get it.
It's got a very long tail.
Yeah. It's hopping. It's not a baby rat, is it?
No. I can't get a picture because my battery's half dead and the flash won't work. It's over there by the curve now.
Has it got away?
No, it's still there by the curve, see it?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I can't leave the car here because it's in the way. Has it moved?
Nope. Still there by the curve.
Excuse me, viewers, I'm going to go and chase it in that garden out of the way. There you go. You can have that.
Poor little thing. They're tiny though. Don't know why I was jumping about, because mice don't usually jump, do they? What is it?
Let's see.
What was it? Oh. It's like a little brown mouse. They're tiny. Mum gets them in her garden, didn't she?
Sorry?
My mum gets them in her garden.
It was just a little mouse. But Mr. Mouse, I think, should be safe now.
Yep.
I'll leave you with that. Yeah, I think the mouse should be alright now. Sorry for the interruption.
They look healthy and well
Yeah, I'm sure they've got plenty of whiskers back at base.
Yeah. Look well fed, don't they?
And Mr. Mouse lives on for another day. He was about to be dinner for 2 pussycats, I think. Were built in the 40s, weren't they? 40s, 50s, something like that. I think there were some that were built just before the war, and then there were some that were built just after the war. And I heard rumours that the ones that were built before the war were good houses and very solid, and then the ones that were built after the war were a load of crap.
And
whether that's true, I don't know.
John Summers?
I'm not sure, love. I don't know.
Houses for John Summers.
I think the little red brick ones on the side here may have been.
For the railway workers. They're the ones coming up in a minute on your left. I think they were original like railway workers' houses. Smaller brick ones. But I'm not sure, something to do with Johnson's or something.
There's another cat. I'm sorry, Puss, but you've missed your chance.
Mr. Mouse has gone now, see. He's found another one hiding in the bushes over there.
Yeah.
There's a social club down there, the ranch. Like old time dancing, laughing.
Wonder if it's see any foxes leaping across the road, do you? No, do you? It's like wildlife on one tonight. Foxes, mice, cats, all kinds knocking round. Back in the day, you used to see dogs, but you don't see them now. I think the dog warden's got them all.
People don't leave them to go out on their own, do they? Which is good.
I think Anne-Marie's going to let me go home now, aren't you?
On the left there. They're not far before my time.
Are you letting me go home now?
Do you?
Oh, there we go, see.
And that used to be, I think, there were doctors and then a dentist. It's now an estate agent. That White House there. And this place on your right here, there was someone said it was a butcher's. It's now called Walsh or something.
No idea.
And them 2 houses there with the lights outside, that was an antique shop.
Was,
or
yeah.
Or bric-a-brac or whatever.
This Wilton's flower shop and fruit and veg, that's been going for a heck of a long time.
And picture comforts as well next door. It's like a pet store.
The Graham Cathedral, is it? He used to have his photo shop there.
There used to be a church there with a spiral. But
Yeah, sacrilegious,
it was
that got pulled down.
Falling down, wasn't it? So they knocked it down.
Surely they could have spent some money and done some remedial work.
There used to be a newsagent there, but it's fallen to bits.
Yeah. That was the Hippodrome we just went past.
Yeah, theatre and so it's a second-hand furniture shop now.
I think we've been past it about 3 or 4 times though, so should be all
There used
right.
to be a chip shop along here.
Now I'm reasonably sure, you know,
Yeah.
that up this hill here
Yeah.
was where Red Hall Farm was.
Oh. There used
sure
to be
it-
a hospital, Glanamorvan was it?
I'm sure it was up there.
Glanamorvan. That used to be some sort
Or was
of
it
shop
Glanamorfa?
there.
I'm getting mixed up.
I remember going in there once,
Yeah.
they had like a car boot sale inside, which go over the money.
Here's the music bargain stores. There's like trees growing through the roof and everywhere in there now. It's
Yeah, I think it needs to be pulled down.
yeah.
Very safe.
I'd like it to be fixed, but that's just me.
These are all
Isn't
new
it?
houses along here, aren't
Most
they?
people are wanting into a housing estate nowadays, I think.
This
There's a
used to
shed.
be on the right, used to be capital offices
Yeah,
and a bank.
and a bank.
And on your left there was a hairdresser's and a shoe shop. Long gone now.
Stead and Simpsons. Yeah.
On your right was Sea Spray Fish and Chips with a massive fisherman in a yellow coat outside. Which is now long
8
gone.
Ball Pool Hall was on the left there. It used to have a big white wall with a big black pool ball on.
Yep.
Now down here was Copac Chandler's ship repairs, and it might be that building there that's been falling to bits my entire life. That might be it. See up on the top, I don't know if you can see there very well. I'll move the camera for the first time, but up there's a door in the top, and what that was for was the carts, because you used to have horse and carts and they were dead high, so the people would stand on the horse and cart and chuck the goods in through that top door.
It's a garage now, a car garage. And next door they used to fix lawn mowers. Yes, they still do.
Now
So
there used
if
to
you've
be
got a lawn mower, they fix them there.
there used to be a row of houses here and stuff, but
Yeah.
I can't quite remember. I think it was here where we are
When those
pointing.
places going,
Because I think that the road that we've just come down now is the proper road. I think this is an additional road, and I think this additional road is roughly where the houses were ish. Ish anyway. But I'm sure again someone will have the correct details.
Straight ahead was a bank.
That was a bank. I remember it being a bank. I've been in it when it was a bank.
It says on the front bank.
And I also remember that once it became housing, they didn't take the vault out, so the vault was still in there. Now whether it is now, I don't know.
It still is, I think.
But it used to be. The vault was still
You
in
look through
there.
the window in that room there, you can see. I think it's not a house, it's
I used to go past this house here on the left, and it was always fairly empty. It looks empty now, to be
there
honest.
used to be a shop.
There's an old black door, and you used to be able to look through the letterbox on this old black door, and it was really
These
spooky.
houses on the right, I knew. It was part of the old doctor's garden, and a huge garden, and he sold the land off.
Can't really see St Mark's Church, I don't think, unfortunately. I'll turn into where the
where the school used to be. Let's let this lady go past.
This is where you're going back, isn't it? On your left.
Here we go. That's
the church hall.
This is where the school was. Until very recently. These things were only slung up not that long ago.
They did turn the school into a doctor's surgery, didn't they, and the chemist?
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work out because they made the Key Health Centre, so that every doctor's in the Key and now in one place.
I'm not overly fussed on these things though.
But they're tiny, aren't they? They're like close together, like Lego houses, aren't they?
Yeah, it's not really my cup of tea being,
you pay loads and loads of money and you're on top of each other and you haven't got space. And there isn't much garden space either, is there?
No.
I'm not sure behind. Because behind
I mean, it's
them,
nice. They've got nice private drives and all that.
For the school, so but still.
But
and especially when you've got the church hall in front of you.
Not really my cup of tea.
It's used a lot for secret deaths, dancing,
Can you see
boating.
that? No, I think it's just a little bit too far away for the camera to focus. But we've got St Mark's Church.
Yeah, and that's
just across the way here.
Where the priest lives down the back, isn't he?
Yeah.
In the house down the back. Taxi office used to be on your right.
Yeah, and Albion used to be on your left.
An insurance job, I think, was done on it.
The Albion's gone as well. That's now a.
On purpose. It's not a house. There was loads of shops along here which I've not like gone to. Some of them are still here. But the salon has still got the sign outside. But it's now used as a storage for the newsagents.